from one reason or another. Okay, so what is coaching? So I know that one of you pretty much probably already knows everything there is to know. But I kind of want to just jump into why I started coaching first, and then give a quick rundown about what it is, and then what it is I do each day, and then let you ask any questions you have. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So why I started coaching. I started coaching basically because I wanted to help people get fit and healthy. I did not have any idea what I was signing up for. And I had someone ask me, have you ever considered coaching? And it's my upline now. Her name is Jen Luttrell. And when she asked me, I said, I don't play sports, because that's what I thought she was referring to. And then, of course, I started stalking her page and trying to figure out exactly what she was all about and what she was talking about. She had sent me a video link explaining what coaching was, but I never watched it because I'm a girl that does not read the manual. And to this day, I've never watched that video link. So I had at this point already had a group training or group fitness certification, but I wasn't utilizing it because I was terrified to put on a microphone, to get up in front of a class, and actually teach a class. I was frozen, which I'm sure you probably have a hard time believing, but it's true, trust me. And also studying taught me all about anatomy and the ins and outs of muscle groups and all that stuff, but it didn't teach me exactly how to stand up in front of the class and teach. I needed an application. I'm a hands-on learner. So I went and got a Turbo Kick certification. I did not realize at this time that Turbo Kick and Beachbody were actually intertwined. I knew that the trainer, Chalene Johnson, had something to do with Beachbody and had a Turbo Fire, but I didn't realize the correlation with Turbo Kick. So I went to the certification and got the hands-on learning I needed. So I started teaching. And I was like, okay, so I really want to help people get fit. Like, I love this. This makes me want to stay fit and stay healthy. This drives me every single day. So if one person asks me, can you help me lose weight, then I will sign up and be a Beachbody coach. Now, at this time, the person that had trained me with Turbo Kick had also asked me to join her team. And at this point, I kind of was getting the correlation, but I still didn't completely understand. I just knew that because Jen was the first person that asked me, she was who I was going to sign up with if I did it. Because if anything, I'm loyal. And her upline is Janelle Summers, which is Chalene Johnson's sister. So that may or may not make sense, but that also helped me. Sorry, Jen. It's truth if you see this. So anyway, not a week later, one of my coworkers, her name is Alyssa, who's not a coworker now, messaged me and asked me for help. So to this day, I credit her for helping me make the decision to jump, and that's what started my very first group, which was called the Beginners Challenge, and how I started coaching. I had no idea that I was signing up for multi-level marketing. I had no idea the income potential that this business actually had. I had no idea that I could make money. I really didn't. I knew that I couldn't create programs for people. I knew I could create plans, that I wasn't qualified to do so, but I didn't really understand what I had at my fingertips. So let me explain basically a basic description of what coaching is. Basically, you are getting fit and healthy using Beachbody programs and products. You share your journey doing it, and you invite other people to do that as well. You either invite them to do Beachbody programs along with you, or to drink Shakeology along with you, or to the business opportunity and to join the team and to make money as a coach, which is what we're doing right now. It is multi-level marketing, which means, for example, my coach Jen is a diamond coach, and I'm her personally sponsored coach. But at any time, so you hear pyramid scheme and all that stuff about these companies. At any time, if I could surpass her income and what she makes, and that's why it's not a pyramid scheme. If I actually could never surpass her income, it's actually illegal. Those kind of companies are no longer allowed to exist. So the way we make money is 25% commission off of products and or building a team and earning a team cycle bonus. You build a team by asking others if they want to do it with you and then training them to do it like you before you get scared. That's the part that scared me. I could invite people to do workout programs or help them and motivate them and inspire them all day long. But actually training people how to be a coach was what stalled me for a very, very long time, when really all I had to do is tell them what I'm doing. And when I got over that fear, I have now been able to actually train my coaches to coach, which I know probably doesn't make 100% sense. Let's see. So what I do day in and day out, I do what we call the 3 vital behaviors. That is invite people, be a product of the product, which is being proof that the products work, and personal development. I like to always say, there's always something where I'm going, oh, that's the most crucial vital behavior, like inviting. And then all of a sudden I'll talk about being proof the product works. Okay, well, that's crucial. And then I'll go, no. The most important one is personal development. But really they all are crucial to making this business a career and to seeing success in terms of weight loss. It all ties in together. Let's see, what else that's basically what I do day in and day out, basically. And I do things like this to invite people. You see my daily post. I do that. I create posts. That's my oddly favorite part. I like being creative. Okay, questions. Ask me any questions.
Sorry, Tyler was looking at me. Oh,
Hi.
There's something in our. Blakely said hi. Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, that's what it's named.
Okay, well.
Either that or a rat.
Ew.
Yes,
Okay.
A rat?
Something's in our trash can. I don't know.
A diaper.
It might be a diaper. It might be a dirty diaper. Okay. Then throw it away. Bloopers. So I guess I don't really know. Let's see. I'm not good at putting my words together. I'm asking her questions. Oh, do you want to see her? She can't see me, but we can see her.
Are you nervous because I'm recording?
I waved.
No,
Okay.
not really because you're recording. It's just because I have a hard time thinking of questions, and I always think of them afterwards.
Okay.
Like in any aspect of my life.
Write them down.
You'll think of them when you get off the phone.
That's exactly right.
What'd he say?
He said you'll think of them as soon as you get off the phone with her. Because I'll ask him a bunch of questions.
You do it every time. Promise.
I will ask him. Tell him what's one question he's heard you ask.
What's a question that I would have for her?
I don't know.
Having a baby and trying to do this, I would really like to do it, but I know at the same time it's going to be really difficult because you have to put a lot of effort into both.
Yep.
And of course I have to work as well. So working and doing that, how do you balance the two?
Well, being that I don't have a child, everything that I'm about to say is based on what I've learned from other mothers. I want you to know that it's not personal experience because I don't have one. And I find that this is honestly one of my biggest obstacles with training my coaches, especially like I have one coach with me. She's not on the call. Her name is Jennifer, who just had a baby, and she is also a coach and working full time and a single mom. She doesn't have a help of somebody like Tyler. Yay,
Mhm.
Tyler. So I think that I just want you to know that everything that I say is not based on my personal experience, because I don't want to be, I guess, a hypocrite.
Mhm.
First off, know that, balancing it is hard. And a lot of times I hear people say, "Oh, blah, blah, easy." No, I don't want to give you false hope or false representation of the fact that, no, it would be hard. And I think it takes planning. And from what I've heard from my fellow coaches that are successful coaches, and I'm going to just talk about my friend Jacqueline because she's the one I know the most. She's also the most successful personally. She's an 8-star diamond coach, which that's a different time to explain what that means. But she's retired herself as a dental assistant. She brought her husband home. Neither one of them work a job. Beachbody is her full-time career. I don't think he's helped much. He is a coach, but he's more, she works in coaching business. When she first started coaching, she had, I don't know how old her oldest son was, but she had an older son, I know, under 12. And then she had a 1-year-old daughter, I think. And right after she signed up as a coach, she had a newborn. She was pregnant, actually. And somehow she managed a 40-hour work week plus becoming the successful 6-figure earner coach. And when I've asked her, "Can I have would you talk to my coaches and tell them how you did that?" She says, "Sure," and then they don't hop on. So I haven't wasted her time to actually do a training for them. But when they're ready to hear what she has to say from her mouth, I will. But basically, she said it took losing sleep, to be honest. Her work hours were like a regular 8 to 5:30, I think, Monday through Friday. So she would get up before all the kids got up. She would work on her lunch breaks in her car. And she would work after her kids went to bed. As my personal friend Jennifer, what she struggles with is being able to balance workouts or working her business. And when I say working her business, that means just building relationships with people, whether it's personal life, in person or via social media. Most of it is social media. And I tell her, and I would tell you the same, working on your fitness and your nutrition and your child, those are the number one, period. There is no business if you don't have those things. So if it comes down to talking to people on Facebook or doing a workout, do your workout. I think it takes, I don't have my calendar book right here in front of me. Let me get it. Because it takes literally planning out every single second of your day to the best of your ability, which is hard to do with a newborn, I'm sure. You can't plan every second of when they're going to wake up in the middle of the night and when they're going to, you know what I mean? And when they're going to have nap times. And in that case, from what I've been told from moms, is that there's a nap time. Okay, time to get to work. That's when I work. When he goes to sleep, that's when I get my workout in. Most moms, though, have been telling me they do it on their lunch breaks. Even if it's that just 1 hour, they do it on their lunch breaks from their car while they're eating and from their phone. And then weekends. They'll do like my posts, for example. They look as though a lot of them are last minute now. But when I was working a 40-hour work week, Monday through Friday, they were actually pre-planned, pre-made, so that I could post before I went into work and clocked in, and post before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time management. So here's an example of how I do it, but I don't have a kid. Let's see. And one, because I've kind of not done it in a while. I plan hour by hour what I do during my workday. So since I've become a full-time coach, it's really easy to sleep until noon. and not do anything. So I got to where I would plan when I'm eating, when my workouts are going to be, when I'm doing, answering my inbox messages, when I'm working with challengers, when I'm training my team, things like that. Basically, it's a lot of planning and it's a lot of determination, focusing on what your why is. For Jacqueline, her why was, I want to be home. I want to be at home with my 3 kids. I want to take them on vacations. I don't want them to grow up financially strapped. You know what I mean? So whenever she felt like sitting there watching TV, instead of watching TV, she was working her business. Whenever she felt like going out with her girlfriends and having a drink, she was getting a workout in. You know what I mean? She let that why drive her and keep her from doing things that kept her away from her goal. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you honestly, you could probably go to YouTube and look Jacqueline Smith, and she'll probably have a training on that.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's the one thing about coaching is that there is no lack of training. It is everywhere. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's overwhelming. Usually it's overwhelming. Overwhelming. Okay, what else you got?
I know that I want to do this mainly for myself, of course. But I also want to do it for her, and my biggest thing is not like working out or anything, but eating, like food wise. Because with her, it just seems like it's so much easier to go out and just get something. And of course, by now I'm tired of just going out and getting crap, because it's literally crap. And I get tired of it. And it's getting to the point where I want to eat at home. But I don't really know how to. I would like to prep food, I guess. Like take maybe one day a week, but it's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah.
And I would assume that would be a big part of doing this as well.
You mean in terms of coaching?
I guess learning to do everything so I could help other people.
Well, my little fly on the wall there is a perfect. You will be able to back me up on this one. When I first joined, I actually had no dang idea how to eat healthy. I actually learned from one of my challengers who's also my coworker. I thought I knew how to eat healthy. I really didn't. So I kind of learned along with everybody.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until the 21 Day Fix came out that I was ever attempted to follow a meal plan, or even attempt to meal prep, or even try any of that. And I was very open and honest with my challengers about that. All I wanted people to do was learn to eat clean. That was my goal. And we really kind of all learned that together. We learned how to read ingredients. We learned how to read the nutrition facts and not to look for certain things. And we learned how to use MyFitnessPal. For some people, I didn't because of my own binge eating issues. I hate MyFitnessPal, but it's a personal thing. I think it's awesome for everybody else. I learned, how to eat foods that come from nature and not man, and how to separate them. And we learned those together. And regardless of if you joined with me as a coach, or if you bought a challenge pack from me, or if you joined my Fit Family group, which is the group I'm referring to right now, you would have resources for all of that. So let's say you joined up as a coach and someone wants to buy the 21 Day Fix, but you yourself don't know yet how to do it, right? Well, guess who does? Me. And I'm here to help you learn how to do it so that you can teach them how to do it. And even in that case, if you don't have time, I can help them for you if I need to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's my job as your coach. But mostly my job is to teach you how to do it so that you can teach them. And meal prepping and meal planning was incredibly terrifying for me. It was just so overwhelming. And in my I want to eat everything brain, especially when I first started as a coach, having a lot of food prepped in the refrigerator triggered me to eat it all.
Mhm.
So like it was like, okay, I've got a bag of apples. Well, let's just eat 3 apples right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of times people that are thinking of being a Beachbody coach but are, hesitant, one of the main reasons they're hesitant is because they don't know all that there is to know. But the beauty about Beachbody coaching is the same beauty that's with any journey. It's the same journey. It's the same as any journey. You don't know it all. And it's always a process of learning. It's always a process of growth. Even like my personal training certification, I'll pass that test Friday, but I do not have any clue all there is to know about how to train a client. And it's just always continuing education, regardless. And I think that a lot of times people let that lack of knowledge or their fear because they don't know everything hold them back, and then they learn nothing. When it comes to meal prepping and meal planning, I'll teach you that now. You don't even have to sign up. Basically, cook dinner and then make a lot of it. It's really not that easy, but it is that easy. You have to overcome the overwhelm. That's what I like to say.
That makes sense. I think my biggest problem is I'm scared of failure. Not like that's basically what it is. Like I myself am scared that I'm going to fail at whatever I do, and I think that holds me back from doing a lot of things. So I guess my next question would be, how does one start doing this? If she starts screaming, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. That's honestly, she's teaching you something right now by being here while you're on this call, because that's coaching. Do you mind, before I approach this fear of failure thing, to see what Joyce has to say? Because it says Joyce raised hand, but I don't really know. Does that mean you just speak? Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Samantha, I don't know you. And I have to tell you that Blakely and I go way back, a little too far for me, to be honest, because I wish that we would have gone the road all the way instead of stop and start. But everybody in the group, let's say there's at least 120 people in and out of that group, are afraid to fail. You're not the only. And as a parent, you have even more to not fail, because you have to pass it on to your kids that I can hear in the background. Mine are somewhere else YouTubing, and they're older, and they're YouTubing and doing whatever they're doing right now. But it's our responsibility to pass on what Blakely teaches us and what we learn to them, because they learn everything through us. So that little baby in your arms, you have to do it for her just as much as you have to do it for yourself. Okay, back to Blakely.
Joyce being here makes me cry.
See, I got a little teary-eyed with that one myself.
I'm actually looking at my Fit Fam group because I feel like you're in there, Samantha, but you're just not like vocal. But I don't see your name. I will add you regardless if you're not here.
Okay.
We'll look at that later. For fear of failure, I want to touch that, and then we'll touch about how to join. Oh, my little fly. Love my little fly. So, girl, I'm scared every damn day. I'm just going to be real with you. And the fact that you are doing probably one of the things I'm most afraid of right now, and that's being a mom. And at 19, no less. So I remember one time with my little fly there, we were in a car, and I think I had said something about failing or something in terms of motherhood, and she was like, you just go in knowing you're going to fail. You just go in knowing that failure will happen in some case, in some form. You're going to fail somehow. And I think that taught me a huge lesson if I were to ever become a mother, even though that I don't feel like that's on my radar, but as a mom and even in life, because yes, even with Beachbody coaching and you're going to fail. You're going to fail every day at something. You are going to F up. And I have learned that those failures are what we learn from. Those failures are what push us forward. And I think being comfortable, making yourself comfortable with the knowledge that you're going to fail at some point helps you get over the fear of it. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to go. It's like if I teach a class, right? If I teach a group fitness class, I go up in front of the class and I say, everybody, this is my first time teaching this choreography. I'm probably going to mess up. And the minute I admit that, the fear of messing up goes away. And I laugh it off, and everybody else does, and everybody has a good sweat. So I commend you for even being able to admit that, because at 19, I was too much of I don't know, I guess an asshole would be the best description, to admit that I was, to myself, let alone anybody else, that I was afraid of failure. Me quitting, like, I don't know if you saw my live video today, but me quitting college was not a fear of failure. That's why now what I told everybody, I'm quitting college because I just don't want to do that, which was just complete bullshit. No, I was scared. I was scared to death. And I think you admitting it is huge. There's also, like I said, the 3 vital behaviors. Stay with free 10 minutes. Okay, we got 10 minutes, y'all, because I don't want to pay no money. Like I said, the 3 vital behaviors are personal development, sharing, and being a product of the product. Well, personal development are things like reading a personal development book. And if your fear is fear of failure, then you can find some audio that you can listen to or a book to read, and they're fairly cheap, that are going to help you get over that fear and learn to deal with that fear. Because I think it's a fear everybody has. Okay, so how to join? There are many ways. Well, actually, there are 2 ways. You can either just blanket fee of $40 and join for $40 and then pay $15 a month. The $15 a month pays for your websites. You have 4 of them as a coach. I really only use 2, but there are 4. And then you're a coach. In order to be considered an active coach, you have to either purchase or sell 50 PV points. What that means is 50 personal volume points, which is basically the same as selling or purchasing a pre-workout. Shakeology is 90 personal volume points. So let's say you are an inactive coach because all you can afford that month is 15 and you didn't sell anything. Well, unless you have earned an emerald rank, which we would talk more about that if you decide to join, it doesn't really matter. You'd still get commissions if people buy from you. You're still a coach. It only matters if you're trying to hold a rank.
Okay.
Or if I am, if that makes sense. But we don't worry about me. We worry about you. Or you purchase, you can sign up by purchasing a challenge. Purchasing a challenge pack is the best deal financially because you want to be a product of the product. So purchase a challenge pack, you buy it, and that $40 fee is waived. You don't have to spend it, and then you're still paying the $15 a month. And if you're getting the Shakeology monthly, you're paying for that monthly. I have a lot of coaches that do it that way, and the reason why is because, like, I'm going to use Jennifer as an example again. she what did she do first? I can't remember if she bought Shakeology first or the program first, but she did it all separate. She bought a program, and I think at that time, I could be so wrong here, but I think it was like $80, and it was touching. And then she decided she wanted to try Shakeology, and she got Shakeology and bought it alone, and that was like $130. And at this point, what's that? I don't know. You're looking at $200. And then she decided to join as a coach and spend $40 when you could have just spent $140 all at once. If that
Makes more sense. Because I know Shakeology is expensive on its own. Because I've looked at like some of the prices for things.
yeah.
And now that you say there's like a package thing that you could do, that just makes more sense.
Yeah. Shakeology is alone, like not as a coach. If you're just a customer and you're just buying Shakeology straight off the top with shipping and handling, I think it's like $136, $140, something like that. If you're a coach, I pay $108 a month. Granted, you're paying that $15, but that's still roughly, I really suck at math, but that's still roughly about a $20 break every month on Shakeology. A lot of times, Shakeology is expensive. As a whole, it is expensive. And we as coaches are taught to say, no, it's not. If you break it down to $5 a day, and that's true. Yeah, okay, it's $5 a day, but you still have some people that aren't even spending $5 a day on things like cigarettes or Coke or McDonald's. And I think that belittles the value, honestly, of Shakeology to say that to people. I will say it to people so they can get it into, perspective, but at the same time, the reality is it's not cheap. And I work hard so that I can afford it because Shakeology helps me daily in many different ways. Many, many different ways. It's about to here in a second when I make Shakeology.
What exactly is Shakeology? Like, I guess, what is it? What's its purpose?
Its purpose. That's a good question. It serves a lot of purposes. I think it deserves on what that particular person is drinking.
Okay.
So I can talk about for me.
That's fine.
Shakeology for me provides me with a quick and easy snack, number one.
Okay. Is it sweet?
Yeah. Depends on how I make it, but yeah.
That's because I have the biggest sweet tooth.
That is my number two. My number two reason is it really does help curb your craving for carbs if you drink it every single day. To be 100% honest, it completely, okay, so the first month I drank it, I saw nothing. I was like, okay, I'm drinking a yummy shake because I find it to be yummy. My fly doesn't like it. My fly on the wall. I don't know if she raised her hand again.
I have to say that the Captain Crunch recipe is the only thing I can tolerate.
Yeah, she didn't like it. I love it. And it did, but the first month I noticed nothing. But in the second month, I noticed elevated mood and a significant decrease in my cravings and urging and binging. So fast forward though, it's almost as if I got used to having it. And so my binging, my legit binge eating, wasn't helped by it anymore. And I think that's because my binge eating is an addiction more than anything. And there's really nothing that can fix that besides myself. But the other way it helps me with sweetness is like right now it's almost 8:00 and now is when I want to turn off the TV. I want to turn on the TV and I want to stuff my face. And what I do is I either make me a shake or I'll make me a Shakeology pudding dessert situation. And it's a superfood. So I'm getting my sweet craving cured in a way that is providing me with superfood nutrition.
I like that.
For other people, it helps lower their glucose. It's low on the glycemic index, which I still have not completely learned about, but it helps cure diabetes. It helps lower cholesterol. It helps, and this I can attest to as well. It helps grow your hair and your nails. It helps clear up acne if you suffer from acne. I've had people just drink Shakeology and that's it and lose weight, but not if you are like me and have a binge eating issue, because then you just drink it and you still binge and you're not going to see any results. You know what I mean? It's not a magic shake. And this is the number one. It either helps you sell it or it can hinder you selling it when people think it's a magic shake. So I really like people to know it's not. You're not going to all of a sudden drop 20 pounds because you decided to drink Shakeology, but you will feel better and your body will tell you that.
Okay.
I have to say that as a mom, Samantha, you probably would do great with the Shakeology because you can drink that while you're feeding or when you're hungry and you can't eat like Blakely and I can pick up food and eat.
Eating is a really, really big task for me because every time I'm hungry, she's like, no, you're not going to eat. And I think you probably would understand that.
Yes,
It's like she knows that I'm eating. And I have the time to eat, but I don't really. Like, it's hard to eat something that requires your hands.
See, my first instinct is to say, put that kid in a crib and eat. But I'm not a mom. I know that's talking in my house, and I know that's so much easier said than done. And I know even more so as I watch people close to me, especially with young kids. And I think that Joyce may be able to help you with that more than I could. I'll be like, I got a cage.
Been there, done that, and that cupcake sitting on the counter is 10 times easier to stuff into your face than that steak that you made for your spouse.